I installed OpenClaw when it first came out. I liked it, it was powerful, but look, ever since Hermes Agent came out, I've switched to that. I'm running 3 of them now, and I'm not looking back, and I will not use OpenClaw anymore. They're both very powerful systems, but for me, I feel like the gateway has a lot of problems in OpenClaw. It runs slower than Hermes, and I have to restart it sometimes. OpenClaw will just ghost on me and not give a response, then I have to restart the gateway. Here's my tutorial about how to install Hermes Agent and get it up and running. Before I do that, just a little bit of quick background. I've been following Nous research for a few years now. Their company is very transparent. They make open source AI models, open weights, completely open code, and also open research papers. Their Hermes agent is also totally open source. It's on GitHub. It's got pull requests. They take a lot of feedback from their users, and they're very active on social media. Not only are they transparent in their code, they're also very forward in how they operate as a business, and they have a core philosophy of keeping things open source, and they really stick to that. Let's get to it. I'm on a fresh Ubuntu installation, so the first thing that I want to do is just update. Sudo apt update, sudo apt upgrade. I'm actually going to install Telegram before I install Hermes Agent because the agent installation is going to prompt you to connect to a chat service. You can chat with Hermes right in your terminal, or you can chat with it over a DM program like Telegram, Signal, or even Discord. Telegram makes it easy to set up bots and then chat with it, and it's also really convenient because when you're not near your computer, you can chat with the agent over the internet and give it instructions and ask you questions. So let's do sudo snap install Telegram desktop. From here, I like to go into the menu, find Telegram, and pin it to the dash. Now I'm going to connect Telegram to my phone by using the QR code or logging in with the phone number. In this case, I'll log in with the number, and I'll get a code to my phone and I'll connect it. The next thing to do, and this is critical, put it in dark mode. I just personally hate light mode. It makes my eyes bleed. The next thing you need to do is open up BotFather over here on Telegram and type in /new bot and give your bot a name. Call it Hermes Agent. Good. Now let's make a nickname for the bot. Let's call it Hermes Agent Test Bot. There we go. Now you'll see it gave us an access token here. That's what we're going to give to Hermes later during the installation. Here's the Hermes Agent GitHub page, and here's their homepage on their site. You can just copy this command right from their site and enter it into your terminal, and it will do the installation. It's pretty easy. And because this is a fresh installation, curl is not installed. Now we can run the installer for Hermes Agent. And it looks like we need to add this to path, which we'll do real quick. It also recommended to install Git. Now we can install the agent. After a couple of minutes, now we're in the setup wizard. This is where you put all the options in for how you want to configure the agent. First thing it says is press enter to start. And we need to select an inference provider. In my case, I use OpenRouter. It's really convenient. There's lots of models. It's easy to switch. They're all in one place, and I just have to pay them and not 10 other places. You might have a different inference provider you're using. It's all on the list here. Also, this supports local models. And even though I haven't tried that yet, I heard that Qwen 3.5 27B is really popular to use with Hermes Agent in a local system on hardware that's not crazy enterprise level. I've already created an API key just for this project. So I'm going to go ahead and hit enter to select OpenRouter. It's going to ask me for the key. I'll put it in. It's not going to show. Press enter and the key is saved. Now it's going to ask me what model to select. This is important. It depends what you're doing. In my case, I'm not using agents for coding. The way I do coding is not like putting it into Claude Code and just letting it go. What you want to do is pick a really good model that suits your purposes. If you are coding, you might want Opus 4.6. For me, for stuff that's just scheduled tasks, assistant bot, research, financial analysis, I do fine with Kimike 2.5 and also the Mimo V2 Pro model that came out. And I actually think Mimo V2 Pro, just anecdotally from my experience, works really good as a Linux system admin. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Mimo V2 Pro for this example. Now it wants to select a text-to-speech provider. That's pretty awesome because there's now an audio mode in Hermes that I've not tested yet. This is pretty cool because you can actually talk to it. Now I'm going to pick Edge TTS because even on a modest system, text-to-speech models don't even really use up that many resources for decent quality. If you prefer to use your TTS through an API, that's also an option. Now it wants me to select the terminal backend. Keep current local. I'm not doing it through Docker or anything special. Now it wants me to set up the max iterations. What this means is sometimes agents get stuck during tool calling and they go into loops. This will cut it off after a certain amount of time. So for max iterations, we could do 60. So after 60 tool calls, it gives up. And for tool progress mode, it now has a setting for off, new, all, or verbose. In your Telegram chat or in your terminal chat, it's going to tell you what it's doing in the tool calls. This setting allows you to select how much information about the tool calls goes into your chat. Using all in verbose mode, I prefer for debugging purposes. Then later on, I tell it to kind of be silent about those things. Now, context compression. After the context window of the LLM brain in your agent starts to run up, at what point do you want the context to be compressed? Like, what is the threshold? Your options are 0.5 up to 0.95. I'd say for this example, let's try 0.7. Now it's asking about the session reset mode. Your options are inactivity and daily reset, recommended, reset whichever comes first. Inactivity only, reset after n minutes of no messages. Daily only, reset at a fixed hour each day. Or never auto reset, context lives until /reset, or context compression. Next thing it's going to ask is if you want to set up a Telegram bot. Since we already had Telegram installed and we have a linking key, I'll hit yes. It says create a bot via @BotFather or Telegram, but we already did that. Now we just have to insert the token. We can then paste it in. Again, it's not going to show when you paste it in. For your security in case anyone's looking over your shoulder. Now it wants to ask for security if you can restrict who has access to your bot, and you do that by entering your Telegram ID. That's very important because this will prevent other people from being able to go into your Telegram and chat with your bot and run up your API tokens or do crazy stuff. You can find @userinfo. There are scam bots. You have to make sure to find the right one. You hit start and it's just going to show you your ID. You click on it. You go over to the access and you enter it in. Now it's asking to set up a home channel, which you can do optionally. It's asking if you also want to set up a Discord bot. In this case, no. Do you want to set up a Slack bot? In this case, no. And do you want to set up Matrix? In this case, no. Set up Mattermost? No. WhatsApp? No. Webhooks? No. Now it's asking if you want to install the gateway as a systemd service so it always runs in the background. Now choose how the gateway should run in the background. You can use user service, no sudo, best for laptops and dev boxes. You can use system service, starts on boot, requires sudo, or skip install for now. We'll do user service in this case. This is where we can actually set different tools and skills that it has. Right now, we're not going to add any by default. And as a matter of fact, the way that I set up my bots, this is just a personal preference. I go and uncheck all of these. And I only run the ones that I need when I need them. You might hear crazy stories about people's bots running out of control, not because of the harness, it's because the person who did it YOLO'd their agent with all the tools, all the skills, and never gave it any guidelines. And we're also going to go over the guidelines later and how to tell your bot the do's and don'ts and what rules it needs to follow as it's working. The only thing I'm going to enable right now are cron jobs. And I'd also like to point out that this uses Tinker and Atropos for reinforcement learning. If you're training models, that's built into here, and that's really awesome. Now it's saying the messaging platform token was detected, and this gateway needs to be running for Hermes to send and receive messages. Would you like to install the gateway background service now? Yes. Something important to keep in mind when you're selecting the gateway. You're going to use user if you're running on a laptop or a dev box. If you're using a headless system, a server, a VPS, or a virtual machine, you'll want to use system. Now you can start chatting with your bot. The easiest thing to do locally from your terminal is just type in Hermes. I love their header on here. It looks so cool. Mimo V2 Pro is already loaded, and you can see over here at the bottom, it keeps track of the context window length. Let's just start off with a basic message. Who are you? Why are you? What do you want from me? Or any other existential crisis that you want to type into the message. I'm Hermes, a CLI-based AI agent. Think of me as your friendly command line assistant who lives in your terminal. What am I? Well, I was built to help you get stuff done, answering questions, running tasks, managing scheduled jobs, and generally being useful when you need a hand. What do I want from you? Nothing scary, promise, even though agents are coming to take over everything. Just use me when you need to help. Ask me questions. Give me tasks. Let me assist you with other things. Go back over to Telegram where BotFather was, and where it says done, congratulations on your new bot, you'll find it at that URL. Click on that and it's going to open up a new window. When you click start, now it's going to connect to your Hermes Agent bot. Cool thing is, you can use this to have access from other computers and from your phone. The immediate next thing you have to do is set up your sole markdown file. That's basically like a system prompt. It's the rules that your bot has to follow at all times. Very important to not leave that blank or vague. This goes right back to the issue of people enabling all the skills and all the tools in their bots. Also not giving it clear enough guidelines and rules to follow in the sole markdown. That's when some agents start to run out of control. So head over to the .hermes directory. You can see in there's all the stuff, and there's the sol.md file. Edit your sol.md file in whatever editor you like. I've created a project here on GitHub called the Hermes Agent Action Plan. The way to run this is to basically copy and paste this whole README file right into the sol.md. You can put whatever you want into your sol.md file that's going to be based on what you need for your bot and what your goals are. Just be careful. It's also important to point out that Hermes Agent has a continual self-improvement and long-term memory system. This actually improves and gets better as it goes along. At this point, when you're confident about what skills you need and what tools you have to install on here, you'll want to type in Hermes Setup, and you can scroll down to Tools, and you can configure what you need. You'll also see over here in this area, there's a few different setup commands. You can Hermes Setup Model, Hermes Setup Terminal, Hermes Setup Gateway, and Hermes Setup Tools. You can also edit the config file directly by typing Hermes Config Edit. On Hermes Config Tools, we're back at this screen that we saw during the installation, and this is where we can start to install what else we need. So let's say I want to now add the memory persistent across sessions. I can put that in. And I like using this to do research, so I think that we could add the web and search scraping tools. Once you have the tools you want to add selected, you press enter, and now it's going to ask you to set up those tools by entering your API keys or any other credentials or information that's needed for them. Where it stands, Hermes Agent does not have root or sudo access. That can be restricting and limiting. If you want things to be safe and it doesn't need it, leave it that way. But realistically, you might reach a point where you need it to have sudo for certain things you want it to do. In that case, I think it's better to use passwordless sudo instead of giving Hermes Agent your password. You're going to be running some risk giving it that level of access, but if you don't actually give it the password that it stores in a plain text file, you're at the very least less likely to have your password leak. So I'm going to go ahead now and enable the passwordless sudo for this account, so it will have access to sudo without knowing the password and being able to leak it. To enable passwordless sudo, do the following. Sudo vi sudo. This is going to open the file that configures it. Now add this line you see at the very bottom across here. You can test it with sudo -k, sudo who am I, root. Quick note about the basics of the long-term memory. You can always tell it something like, from now on, always reply in the style of a pirate. Place that in your long-term memory, and it will. The first instruction I gave my bot was to install Chromium and Playwright. Chromium is the open source version of Google Chrome, and Playwright is a plugin that allows an agent to take control of it. What it told me is it basically does not have shell access. That means we did not enable that in the settings, so we'll go ahead and do that now. One quick thing to keep in mind is that when you're setting up the tools in Hermes, the tools that are in Telegram are different than the tools that you would enable in the command line interface. You can see here, these are the tools that are allowed in command line. These are the tools that are allowed in Telegram. Now I'll give it the instructions again. Install Chromium and Playwright. It just gave me an error that Python 3 on the system points to 3.11, but Playwright is installed under Python 3.12. So I actually told it upgrade Python, and it did it. And now Playwright and Chromium are working. You can even see over here in the apps menu that Chromium is installed. Now I'm going to make sure the agent is actually able to use the browser. So I'll tell it open Chromium and browse to vectro.chat. You like what I did there? Shameless plug. You'll see what it did here is went to the page using Chromium, did a snapshot of it, and then put the screenshot in the temp directory and showed it to me. Now here's something even cooler. We'll open Chromium on my display on a certain port. Chromium's now open. Now I can give this instruction to the agent. Use the Chrome instance already running on 127.0.0.1 port 9222 to browse to vectro.chat, click Technical Assistant, and do 3 chat turns. Discuss anything you want. It looks like it's basically working, but it sent too many chat turns at once, but VectroChat managed to queue them. Mimo V2 Pro is a really good system administrator in Linux, and that was the first stuff it started asking. It was asking about databases and servers. Thanks for watching. I really hope that helps you get started with Hermes Agent. If you found some value in this video, please click the like button. If you want to see me do more tutorials and also really weird experiments that I come up with AI, please click the subscribe button. If you want to be notified when I make a new video, hit the notification bell. I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.